Welcome back to the Green Beans Go channel. It's your host, me. And when I sit down to make a video like this, I often fail and fail and fail and fail until I tell myself, take a deep breath, relax, and talk to the people as you would want to be talked to. Create a video that you would want to watch. So today we're going to talk about a concept in sports betting that is rather new. And at least in the mainstream, it's rather new. And I am not going to sit here and going to say that it's going to make you money. I'm not going to sit here and sell you anything. I'm not going to sit here and be like, this is the new meta. You have to hop on board. I am simply going to show you a tool that is currently available for free that can help you swim upstream with all these other sharks that are out here placing plus EV wagers or wagers that are backed by syndicates or whatever you want to call it. There are two other tools, Pick the Odds and that recently released a very similar tool on their platforms. I can tell you that costs $300 just for the tool. And there have been videos posted about it that walk through the process and walk through how their tool is so awesome. I'll tell you this, it's not worth $300 a month, especially when you can get it for free, which you can over on SmartStake. So that's where we're going to head right now. And before I talk about how to use this tool, I want to talk about the conception behind it, why this makes sense. If we think about sports betting, with the recreational books, FanDuel, DraftKings, those type of books, they will limit players who win. And so when you have these big syndicates or groups or people who sports bet full time, they are often not betting on those books. It's not worth their time. They are going to places where they can get money down and a lot of money down as easy as possible. So exchanges, NoVig, ProphetX, Sports Trade, allow those sports bettors to have more success and more liquidity and more action in a feasible way. Because NoVig, ProphetX, those things do not limit bettors. Bettors can create lines and they can put as much money down as they want. And as long as it gets filled, in other words, someone on the other side of the bet takes it, they can make money. So you have to understand that the idea behind what I'm going to show you revolves around that idea, that there are people who know something that are willing to put down lots of dollars on what they know in order to return more money over the long haul. Now, does that mean every bet you place using this tool is going to win? Absolutely not. Does that mean every bet that has a ton of liquidity is a sharp bet? Absolutely not. Use this how you want. Again, I'm not a salesman. I don't care if you use this at the end of the day, right? But I want you to know that it is available to be used. So enough jibber jabber, let's talk. If we go over to SmartStake, at the top you can see the Smart Money tab. You see right here a bet that says Utah Mammoth, money line, minus 143. I will tell you right now that that is the bet you should be making. That, according to this, is the best bet to make with their sharp tool, and I'll tell you why. There is 5.7K on the Utah Mammoth at 147, minus 147, minus 149, minus 145, minus 144. All of these combined, you're going to get a total of 5.7K, which means, listen, I don't know what it means. There could be a crazy Utah Mammoth fan out there. Is that a possibility? Fine. Maybe so. But what we can assume in certain instances is that if somebody is willing to put almost $4,000 down on, this is on ProphetX, I do believe. If we scroll down here, we can see ProphetX. Yep, almost 3.7K total on this 147 line. That's minus 147. Again, it's showing plus because on these books, the other side, you have that much liquidity. So if I wanted to bet the Blackhawks at 147 plus 147, I could wager up to $3.7 thousand. There's that much money on the other side being the Mammoth. So somebody has put a ton of money on the Mammoth money line, and they're saying, if we assume that they're a sharp bettor, they're saying that at minus 147, they love that bet to the tune of 3.7K. Well, over here on Ballybet, you can get the Mammoth not for minus 147, even better, minus 143. So this is how you use the tool. It is just a quick way for you to identify where large sums of money potentially from sharp bettors are coming in on certain lines, certain offerings, certain spreads, certain money lines, certain totals, certain even player props. And you can make your bets accordingly, either following on the same app. So if you wanted to go over to ProphetX and bet this at this line, you can. But if you're able to find the same bet at better odds from a softer book, rec book in the market, that's even better. That's how you're going to add EV. Now, people may ask, well, how do you tell the EV on these? That is a question, isn't it? How can I tell if this is EV? It's a lot of speculation. It's a lot of saying, okay, is somebody going to bet this much? Okay, if they're fine with it at minus 147, 143 is even better. So I cannot tell you necessarily the EV on this. That's something you're going to have to sort out on your own. My recommendation, if you want to use this tool, which is completely free, like I said, would be to come in before the games start, a few hours before, when these guys may have exhausted all of their other outs at better numbers and they're willing to just get down as much money as they can before the game. Often you'll see a big influx of money within 1 or 2 hours of a kickoff or a tip-off. And while there weren't a ton of opportunities today because there's only 2 football games on and 2 baseball games on, if you think about NBA season, which is on the horizon, I believe that this smart money tool will be huge at determining NBA value, not only in main lines, but also player props. If you have any questions about this tool, I'm happy to answer them. Also, the developers at SmartStake would be happy to answer them. They have a Discord and they are constantly adding updates and listening to consumer feedback. So before you pay any money to go use one of these tools at another site, check out SmartStake and do it for free.